The shovel is a vital bit of kit, especially if you want to get into bunkers and get yourselves a nice old shotgun. And to get the shovel, it does take quite a bit of work. I've already done a quick guide on getting the shovel itself, but this one we're going to go over the full guide. So you have to get the rebreather, the rope gun, and then finally the shovel. The cave you need to enter to get the rebreather is this one here, right towards the sort of bottom end of the map, right on the seafront. It is the only cave down here, and it is already marked. So all you got to do is come down and head straight on in. So when you're in the cave, you just want to follow it round, and you'll come to a massive cavern. In that cavern, you will find 1 fingers, and I think it is 4 of the normal little cave dwellers there. So bear that in mind. If you want to try and sprint past them, it is doable. But if you've got the tools to actually get past them with some weapons, then try that too. But it's a pretty linear path all the way up until you get into that main cavern anyway. So this is the main cavern here. And just follow this round. And then there is a light pointing at a pathway. Do not take that. Swing round on the left-hand side and just follow it. Now you just keep following it all the way through. This one is once again a nice linear path. You'll find the big boulder towards the right hand side of this open room. Just head straight over to that. It is nice and easy. As long as you don't take that right hand path, then it is pretty simple. Then just stick to the right hand wall here. Drop down onto this little ledge. No need to go into the water. Follow it round. And then the rebreather is right there. First things first, you're going to want to come to this cave right here. If you're lucky, you would have crashed right next to it, but it is on the bottom half of the mountain, and as you can see, you've got the circular sort of pond next to it. It is the cave closest to that one there. And if I was you, I would set up a tarp outside and save it before you enter it. There are a lot of enemies inside this cave, and, well, apparently one outside too. Once you're in this cave, it is a tough one. There's a lot of enemies in here. There's a little bit of loot around here, food, cloths, that kind of stuff. But you can do it by running straight through. If you've got a pistol, I would recommend taking that anyway, just because it's helpful. And you can fight off the enemies a little bit easier if you need to. But come straight in, down this slope. And then over on the right-hand side, there is a light. You want to avoid the light and go to the light on the left, where you'll see the construction worker just laid on the floor. And then just follow this pathway through. Sometimes the enemies will follow you, sometimes they won't be too interested. So you can get quite lucky, and if you really want to take it very slowly, you can just sneak all the way through. Which can actually be it can work really, really well. Then you come to blubber. This up. Throw that. Bish bash bosh, and just hold on for a second. Get your pistol back out if you've got one. Now, as you head into this next cavern, there's going to be some bigger enemies, such as the fingers, and occasionally you'll come up with the double-bodied mutants, which those guys are brutal and they're fast. And when you come into this cavern, stick to this right-hand wall and just follow it around. As you follow it around, you'll notice some hanging construction workers and a drawing on the right-hand side. Keep sticking to the right-hand wall as you go past these guys. And then off in the distance, you'll notice some hanging construction workers. Head straight towards those. No need to worry about the babies. Keep sticking to the right. And you'll go into a shortened area here. It will start to go on a slight decline, which means you've gone the right way. And then you'll come into a bigger open area. Now follow this stream. As you follow the stream, you'll notice this cave becomes rather large. You can see off in the distance there is a sort of glimmer. Head towards that, and there it is. As you head through here, you'll find more skeletons. Skeletons. You didn't say nothing about no skeletons. Now follow this pathway all the way through. Just keep going. Fingers is following, but that's fine. Right, just keep following the pathway. Mind the babies. Just keep going. More skeletons, that's fine. And then you'll come into a sort of open area. And just keep following it. You'll go upwards now. As you're coming up. Another open area, you hit a left. And then a left immediately again. And then when you come into this area, you notice all the things hanging around from the ceiling. That means you've gone the right way. Now, there's some more babies in here. Right, we're coming into our final open cave here, but just keep hugging this right-hand wall again. Just follow the right-hand wall. And then as you follow the right-hand wall round, you'll come up to this location here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where you find the grappling gun. So first things first, you want to come to the cave right here towards the bottom end of the mountain. As you can see, it's not the one that's directly in the mountain, which is above it. It is the one just below, in the green area and not in the snowy one. You'll know you've hit the right location because you will find these three dudes stood outside. And the location is just there in the water. So for this location, you are going to need the rope gun and the rebreather. Also, if you want, you can bring some weapons along with you. There are a few enemies in this cave, but you can run past them. It all depends on how you want to play it. There's an air tank in here at the bottom if you don't already have one for your rebreather. But if you do need the rebreather, in the description down below, there is the location for that. And the rope gun too. So as you walk in, you'll see that. You drop down here. So once you've landed, what you can do is swing around and you will see a very, very deep pool. Now, it doesn't really matter where you go into it. Make sure you have your rebreather equipped. Otherwise, you're going to drown pretty quick. And head straight on in. Luckily, the light on this thing is pretty damn good. You head straight into the middle and then you'll see there's a downward path. Just go straight down there. And then swing around and just follow the water all the way through. You can't really get lost in here. Just keep going straight. There's pretty much one pathway. And then you will come out in a separate cavern here. Which is once again one little pathway. This one is relatively easy once you're in. The only downside is, obviously, you've got a lot of enemies to play with. So the best way to get these guys is you can just sprint past them. Or if you've snuck in nicely enough, then you can obviously just hit them all with some form of grenade or Molotov. Now, it's a long old slide, so you will not be coming back out. Especially not the way you came in. And there it leads you out there. You head over to these suitcases on the right hand side. There's a good chunk of loot there. And just follow it. You'll come to another point where you'll need to do a dive. So just follow this straight through. Stick to the right hand side. Just keep following. You come to a big open area. With a lot of dead bodies and a lot of gear. Just follow that straight across. And on the other side, there's two boxes there. That's how you know you're going the right way. Don't worry about the babies, you can just avoid them. Keep following, and then you will reach another pool of water, which is a straight path. You can't go wrong on here. Just follow it straight. And your small little dip there. But once again, you're going to come into a lot of cannibals, so make sure you're quick when you get out. Oh, wrong way. Just follow it straight. I don't know why I went left there. And then, as you can see in the distance, there's a lot of lighting. You need to head directly over to that lighting. And then there is the shop. Thanks for watching. I hope it's helped. If it has, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support us a little bit further, consider becoming a member. Make sure you stick around for much more Sons of the Forest content, including guides, gameplay, and much more. I've been Wired, you've been awesome. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.